Yo, this is Soul 13, bringing you Raid Shadow Legends on a treadmill. And today, we're gonna be... Today we're gonna be watching the Forge Pass. And like, already there have been so many memes around it, like, what have I seen so far? Forgetful Pass or Hard Pass. Man. If there's one thing about the raid community is they're pretty quick with the memes. I mean, the entire game itself is kind of a meme, right? It's like you're watching a video about, I don't know, cooking steak, and then all of a sudden, let's have a brief moment of silence for our Lord and Savior, Raid Shadow Legends. Right. So, as far as like the actual idea of a Forge Pass, you know, so if you will compare Forge Pass to the original Battle Pass, then Forge Pass is really bad compared to that, because Battle Pass basically gave us a way for like a free-to-play low-spender player, so person not buying the Battle Pass. For our low spender, actually, if you bought the Battle Pass, it's probably one of the single greatest value buys Raid Shadow Legends has ever put out. And I don't know, all their metrics said that it didn't make money, which is probably why they never did it again. Companies like this, to be honest, when they don't have a sequel for an event, it doesn't make the money. I mean, that's just the way you should read between the lines, right? So like, the reason why we have fusion events all the time and guaranteed champ events all the time, because pretty sure the numbers revenue-wise for Clarion is clicking with those kinds of events. So which is why you should tailor your style, your playing style around the events that are given to you, right? So how does Forge Pass really affect your playing style, right? So before we do that, I think we should talk. Yeah, okay. I think we should do the play style first. Will it affect your playing style? So if you buy the Gold Pass, I think it's like 25 bucks. So what do these little daily challenges kind of offer, right? So honestly, it's not really that bad. So like, claim all playtime rewards, so that's just letting the game run on its own. You'll get the 5, whatever they call these, like experience points for Forge Pass. And then mix a greater pot, you know, that's like any other advanced quest. So it's kind of like advanced quest plus. So I think if you want to talk about Forge Pass, we gotta talk about what happened to Battle Pass in the first place, right? So before we talk about the rewards, we gotta talk about what this thing actually is and kind of like why we're even playing this mode, yeah? So the short answer to that is Battle Pass, the original Battle Pass, in my opinion, actually morphed into Advanced Quest. So like, the best things about Battle Pass, for me personally, as a free-to-play or low-spender player, was that it gave you a way to play the game and get a reward report. So one of the big things about Raid before Advanced Quest happened was that the daily quest, the rewards were not enough for the escalation of content the game was providing, right? So like Faction Wars, you have to finish Faction Wars. And you only get 1 extra energy potion a day with a daily quest. And then the weekly quest would give you a couple more every week, you know. Then you get a few, like 400, I think, every month, you know. So the way F2P low spenders at the time bridged that energy gap was, believe it or not, with the what do they call that now? Like the compensation rewards. Every time there's maintenance and the game screws up, they give you a compensation reward. So now we get it maybe like the compensation rewards. I mean, like the 400 energy. 400 energy or the that's all that was it. The 400 energy and like silver, and sometimes they'll give you arena tokens, sometimes they'll give you clan boss keys. And we get this now maybe like once a month, once in 2 months, once in 3 months. But back then, before advanced quests were a thing, we used to get it almost every week because whatever, Raid was a dysfunctional game server-wise that time. I mean, if you think about how bad the servers are now, it was pretty bad back then as well. Probably worse in a lot of aspects. But now, you don't get the compensation rewards as often, even though there's still server issues, of course. Like me yesterday, I had to repeat the same arena fight maybe like 4 times in a row. I never could get it to load. So just had to skip that fight. So weird, right? First time it's happened to me actually. That I'd repeat a fight and it still wouldn't load. Usually if I repeat a fight, it'll load. But yesterday it didn't happen for some reason. So why is Forge Pass something worthwhile or something not worthwhile? So like a lot of people are hung up on how Forge Pass is not as good as the original Battle Pass. I mean, yeah, if you look at Advanced Quest right now, it's very, very similar rewards-wise to what you have gotten with the Battle Pass during the time. It's just you do a certain task and you get a certain reward. It could be anything like chickens or XP banner or, you know, a lot of things the Advanced Quest has built. So what exactly does Forge Pass bring to you? So one of the main things with the Forge actually is that people are getting bottlenecked on a particular resource, right? And it's this right here, right? So what's this called? Magisteel. So Magisteel is the bottleneck to Forge right now. As of right now, the only way to get more Magisteel is by farming Arena. We all know that Arena is not the best place in Raid. If you were to be perfectly honest, like which parts of Raid is not the best, you'd probably say Arena is not the best part of Raid. You know, and I agree with that. So this extremely important resource is bottlenecked because 1, people aren't playing that game mode, and 2, there's no other way to farm this resource other than playing Arena. So getting some here, even though it's not a lot, perfectly fine for me, allows you to do other things too. So what is the actual cost to Forge Pass? Because on the surface it'll seem like free rewards, you know? It's like, well, it's free rewards. Like, why would people say no to free rewards? Because free is never free. You know what I'm trying to say? So when someone tells you free, let's say you're free to play, sure, but the amount of time it takes to create a good free-to-play account is measured in like months, not years. I think months is a good like measurement of a free-to-play account. And then months playing a game, you know, like 100 hours playing original Pokemon Red or Blue was considered to be like a huge time commitment, and people committed to it. Obviously, it's one of the best-selling games of all time. So we're in the RPG element here, right? RPG means time. We all know that. RPG means grinding, you know. But in Raid, this grinding is capped by the energy system. You know, it keeps you logging back into the game, keeps you into the game. Again, it's a business model that works. Obviously, Raid is the best-selling game in its genre, probably, or the highest revenue game in its genre, probably. All right, so why is Forge Pass actually giving you kind of invisible cost? So, like, let's say you get a quest like this: place debuffs on campaign and dungeon boss 25 times while beating them. So to me, today, this is not something I want to do today, you know? So it distracts me from what I want to do, right? So I want to beat Fire Knight, but I've already farmed out my Fire Knight a couple days ago, or yesterday. No? Yeah, I think yesterday. And now I'm focused on the champ training event. This isn't really the place you want to put energy in right now if you're playing the Fusion. So it does come with a bit of a cost. But something like this, defeat 25 champions in the arena, you know, it's not bad. That's something you can do. So like an extra 2-3 fights, or even more if you're fighting mostly like one champ defenses, you know. That's not a significant cost. And the rewards, frankly, are not bad. I mean, they're like the Advanced Quest rewards, except you get Magisteel, and then you get the Forge materials for this new piece, which is the Instinct Stones, to craft the Instinct set. So we want to talk about Battle Pass, Forge Pass, I mean, or forget about it pass, right? You need to talk about rewards. So to me, if you're a free-to-play low spender, this is like free money. So there are things in life that is quote-unquote free money. Free money is just an opportunity that is essentially free for you to look at or to attempt, which means that you're looking at a zero downside type of move, all right? So one of the few free money things you can do in Raid is actually look at your tournament bracket. You look at your tournament bracket and it's winnable. That's kind of free money on the table, because it allows you to get a reward that you otherwise wouldn't have gotten if you don't take the time to look. So like that's the same. This is exactly the same thing with Forge Pass. With Forge Pass, it's more like not going out of your way too much to try and get the top reward. Because honestly, people will argue, oh, it's only the top reward that's worth it. But the top reward is basically just more Instinct Stones for people that didn't buy the pass. You know? So, if you're strictly F2P or you're low spender and you feel like it's not worth putting money into this, right? This top reward isn't really the best compared to like the compendium of the bulk of the rewards you're gonna get along the way. Yeah? The only thing is you won't be able to get the 5-6 star Instinct gear, the craft and the forge. But really, in my opinion, I think getting extra Magisteel, getting all these extra glyphs, these are good things to get. Right? These, in a lot of ways, they're better than the actual Instinct gear. So let's talk about Instinct gear. Instinct is, I'd say Instinct is not great. Like, if I were to compare Instinct to Savage, Cruel, and Savage Plus, I forgot what it's called. So there's a Savage set with built-in crit rate in it. So this one is kind of like Savage Light, because you don't get the 25% ignore death, you only get 15%. But for that 10% you're missing, you get an extra 12% speed. I think that's equivalent to 1 speed set, right? So you smash the speed set into a Savage set. Is that worth it? I think for majority of people the answer might be no. So what is the actual challenge to building? So what is the actual challenge of building a damage dealing champ if you're a free-to-play or low spender? So most people will not talk about this because, frankly, they just have an abundance of gear, and this may have never come up as an issue for them, you know. But for me, it's come up as an issue a lot, which is that can I get 100% crit rate while still having 200% crit damage, while still being on Savage Set, at least for my damage dealers? And the answer to that is actually it's really, really hard to do earlier in the game when you're free to play low spender. It's more possible later in the game, but you may not get the speeds. Yeah? So, does this answer the speed problem? Maybe, but it doesn't really answer the crit rate problem. And the sheer amount of pieces of gear you'll need to craft to get enough pieces of instinct to have crit rate rolls on them, it's not easy. I don't expect it to be easy, and it really isn't easy. So I want to show you right now. All right, so let's talk about Gold Pass real quick before we move on. So for Gold Pass, they kind of did the same thing with the original Battle Pass, wherein there is a kind of like vanilla version, which is $20, and you get a 6-star Epic Chaos or 500,000 silver, right? And then you can play to get the gold rewards. And then there's the $40 version where I think you get 25 levels for free. You know, you paid for it. So you pay for 25 levels. How about that? You pay for plus 25 levels on the pass, which means you're not as hung up on time trying to get all the rewards into your gold pass. You know, if this was back then, like I think it was $25 if I'm not mistaken for the vanilla version of Battle Pass. Was it $25? I feel like it was $24.99. That was so worth it because it came with champs. This time around, they decided not to give us champs for some reason. And I think it really kind of like subtracts from the value of the quote-unquote gold pass. I mean, you get more XP per run. I mean, a raid card. You get like a free raid card, basically. I don't know. I feel like it's not worth it to buy this particular pass compared to the first Battle Pass. But if you're sold on Instinct, of course, it's a no-brainer to buy it. If you think Instinct is where your account needs to go. So, yeah. So basically, we've tackled that it's free. It's free to look how much you need to actually put in, or if you could just incidentally work it into your daily grind, great. Get some rewards, get some glitz, get some magic steel, get some forge materials, all good stuff. So now, gotta go down to speed. So now let's take a look at what it actually takes for a free-to-play low spender to build a damage dealing champ in Savage Set, right? So that's kind of, or in a 4-set. How about that? Let's just say in a 4-set bonus scenario, you know. So once you do a 4-set bonus, those pieces need to have the rolls you need for damage, which is crit rate, crit damage, and then maybe speed, right? Maybe speed. So crit rate would be the number one. Then speed and crit damage would be kind of like incidentals you can get. But for pure damage, you want crit rate, crit damage. Everybody knows that, right? It's not really debated at this point. So I want to show you real quick what that looks like for a free-to-play low spender, especially if you're just starting in the game and you're like, you know, you're still in the tough and fast grind, which is like you're not wearing crit rate gloves, you're wearing HP percentage gloves most likely, and you're just trying to bump your HP up, get to 170 speed, get to 200 accuracy. You know, those are hard stats to meet early in the game. So can you still have those same stats and have 100% crit damage, 200%, 100% crit rate, 200% crit damage? I don't know, bro. It's kind of hard. So let's take a look at Dark Elaine first. So Dark Elaine, I have her on Savage set, right? Alright, let's take a look at her stats. So as you can see, 100% crit rate, 159 speed, which is a little slow, fortunately. 240% crit damage, 4,000 attack. So, you know, it's not the best. Like, the truly top-end damage dealers that you can build would be in the 5,000 attack range, while still having 100% crit rate, or very close to 100%, like 98, 97, and 250 plus crit damage for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of, like, the content creators of the game that show off these damage builds, they build like that. And then they meet the speed requirement of the content they're trying to break. Usually it's 170, but it depends, right? So if it's an arena, that speed might be a lot higher. So let's take a look at the rolls real quick, and then I'll show you like what kind of crit rate rolls you'll need. So this one is a weapon crit. Luckily rolls speed, so it's a rare piece that rolls speed, 5-star. This one is a offense, 80% crit damage gauntlets, that triple rolled crit rate. So it's a 6-star crit damage gauntlet, that triple rolled crit rate. So that is an extremely rare piece. You know, unfortunately it didn't roll speed, so that would make this kind of like a god piece. If it has speed or accuracy in it, or both, you know. But this is very close to kind of like a god piece for a F2P low spender damage dealer account, which would be a 6-star crit damage gauntlet with multiple crit rate rolls, right? This one is one of the best ones you can get, like a triple roll and crit rate. So these are the kinds of rolls that you're gonna need to hit if you're gonna be building in Savage set, you know? Because look at the rest of the Savage gear I have on there, right? This one, attack chest, double roll on crit rate. And also got some speed. And this one is a flat depth, look at this, a flat depth Savage boots with a triple crit rate roll, you know? So Savage, you treat Savage set, this is gonna be controversial. So if you're still in it in this video this long, I'm going to let you in on something extremely controversial. And it's that, so they say for speed pieces, so like Divine Speed and Speed Set, flat stats are acceptable as long as you roll multiples in speed. Preferably 3 or 4. So a triple roll, quad roll in speed on a flat stat piece is okay. I'm going to say right now that a triple roll, quad roll on a Savage piece, right? So, talking about a Savage set, the Savage Plus set, I forget what it's called. What is it called? Let's take a look right now. I don't have a lot of it, that's why I don't think about it that much. I think it's not untouchable, lethal. Yeah, it is lethal, right? Yep. The extra plus 10 crit rate. So, like lethal pieces that roll flat stat for, it's just chest or boots. Because you really can't get away with flat stats on your gloves. You want crit damage there with crit rate. Right? I mean, crit rate is okay, but in general, you really want crit damage there with crit rate rolls. So like, a piece like this, triple crit rate flat depth, that's a very decent piece for a damage dealer if you're a free-to-play low spender. So that is actually something you need to be on the lookout for, is that when you filter for Savage pieces, the Savage set, lethal set, you want crit rate rolls first. Right? You get those rolls, that piece is a keep. You know? And that's how I've been able to get these insane triple crit rate roll pieces. And I think the shield has 1 crit rate roll on it. Fortunately, it rolled defense and resistance, kind of like one of the worst things you can roll for in a damage dealer. So let's take a look at a hybrid damage dealer right here. This one's Pilja. I have her on a hybrid build. It's a 98% crit rate, 220 crit damage. Attack is really low, 3000, so that attack would definitely need to be higher. But she's hitting 250 accuracy, which is where you want her to be to do the accuracy related stuff in her content. Plus she deals a lot of damage. 40k HP too, because you want 40k HP for dungeons and stuff. So what do you need from your savage pieces to make a hybrid build, quote unquote hybrid build? Usually you'll need speed boots. For hybrid builds that you want to use in both dungeons and arena, and just deal damage in general, you need speed. So, is this where the, what's it called, the instinct set? Is that where the instinct set is kind of like better in a way? I think the answer to that is maybe. So that is actually an area I think that instinct does very well, which is that it gives you speed, so you can make a hybrid build that can deal damage, do dungeons, and then squeeze in other stats like speed and accuracy. Yeah, so like, would it be better if I had like an instinct set on this with like a speed boots on it? So a speed boots on instinct set would actually, I think, be a good piece to keep, regardless of what rolls you get, like this, no crit rate. I kept it. Yeah, but look, I have a triple crit on this savage piece for the middle, and then I have a double crit on this helmet, and then 1 crit on the shield. And then crit damage, 1 roll crit on the gloves. So that's the reason why I can't pawn off the HP percentage for the chest, because that's a triple crit rate roll. So yeah, it's definitely a toss-up, right? So there are kind of like niche situations where instinct would be good. So for instinct to be good, you want crit rate and speed. That combination of stats on it, right? That's what will make the instinct set good. The problem is you won't get enough. We're just playing it just the normal way. So I don't see instinct set as the premium reward for an F2P low spender playing Forge Pass, unless you buy the gold pass. What I see as a reward is the incidental level up rewards you get. That's it. That's how I see it. So hopefully that's been instructional for you guys. I'll see you all next time.